of game 2 of 4 for this week, and the Celtics are 0-2 to the start of this 4-game week that we got going on. They just lost to the Trailblazers tonight, 97-92. They are now on a 4-game losing streak. This is the longest streak they have had all year. The Celtics, I guess if you wanted to make an excuse, they were on a traveling back-to-back. They were just in Toronto playing Toronto, the second-seeded team in the East, last night. So, I don't know. I guess that's the excuse we can give. But honestly, they looked like they were playing a lot better tonight, from the first half at least. So instead of having a second quarter struggle tonight, they went back to their usual third quarter struggles. They hate third quarters. I don't know what the deal is. Hate it. They just can't deal with it. They dug themselves a huge hole in the third quarter. They were down by 12. But again, after the first quarter, they were only down 1. And after the second quarter, going into the half, they were only down by 1 point. So very close game. They were trading possessions, and they were doing pretty well for the first half of the game. No Aaron Baines. He's still out with that injury. And we had no Terry Rozier tonight. He had a knee injury that I guess he suffered last night in Toronto. I wasn't aware of it. I didn't really see it. But I guess he had some knee irritation, so he did not play tonight. And that meant that Wanamaker would have been the backup point guard, but he did not enter the game at all tonight. It was actually Marcus Smart and Kyrie Irving trading off for point guard tonight. Speaking of Kyrie Irving, he started off the game pretty strong. He ended the game with as a leading scorer with 31 points, but still they could not close out the game. They were trailing the Trailblazers for pretty much the entire game. I don't really know what to say about why it fell apart in the third quarter. It's literally just the way that they are this year. I'm not quite sure. For me, when I was watching this game, I saw that they had a little bit more life. I don't know if it was because they were in the TD Garden and that they've been doing a lot better at home than they do on the road. They are 23-9 at home and 14-16 for road games. There's only 20 games left, guys. So the idea of them moving up in the conference isn't going to happen. They're probably going to stay within the 4 or 5 spot, which means that they're going to play, hopefully, the Sixers, because that would be a walk in the park for the first round. When I listened to the post-game interviews tonight, I was super impressed with Marcus Smart because he took accountability. He was, positive about the fact that they did play a lot better. Same thing with Al Horford. He also was saying that the vibes were a lot better tonight. They feel like they're trying to hit their stride and, turn the page. He said that after the All-Star break, they've been flat and they haven't been playing with that intensity that they need to play with. And that they said that they were feeling like the first couple of games before the All-Star break, they were really hitting their stride. They were really doing well. You saw that with Hayward. He was having phenomenal games before the All-Star break, and you know how it always goes. Once you take a break from something and you're trying to get back into it, it's going to be a struggle. But Kyrie Irving had a completely different approach to his post-game interviews. He was kind of, prompted like, hey, don't you feel like you guys played better tonight? Like, you guys, had more effort. You guys had more energy. It was a closer game. Like, do you feel like, it's a step in the right direction? He was like, no effort. Wasn't good enough. We need to play like we know how to play. I'm sick of all the BS. I'm sick of all the, we need to get better. We need to get better. We need to get better. And it's just kind of like, all right, well, he had no positivity, and that is definitely killing the team's vibe. Like Candace Parker said on the TNT panel last night, she said they don't like each other. They play like they don't like each other. And I feel like that's very adamant. Like, I don't know what the deal is with Kyrie Irving. He keeps throwing comments like, I like my money, and I'm only here for the postseason. I'm only here to win. I'm only here, for playoffs, and I'm really getting sick of the regular season. And just that attitude is just, it's just so arrogant. And he also said, they were like asking about like his confidence level or how he felt like the team was. And he goes, I'm on this team. Like they have me, so we're good. And it's just kind of like, bad taste in my mouth, Kyrie Irving. You're batting 1,000. And I'm saying that very sarcastically. But the thing is also, it's funny because what I said last night was he needs to realize that these guys made it to the Eastern Conference Finals without him and without Hayward, and he addressed that, but he said it in a backhanded way where he said, yeah, they did an unbelievable job getting to where they did last year, but if that's not enough, that's not going to win you a championship, that's not enough. And I'm just kind of like, all right, dude, like, chill. Like, do you really think it would have been better if you were playing? And that's everyone's argument is, they have a ceiling without Kyrie Irving, and if they have Kyrie Irving, they'll surpass that ceiling. And honestly, the more I hear him, the more I see him play, he's very much a ball hog, and I don't know. It's just one of those things where he always wants to blame everybody else, but he's not taking responsibility, and he's not doing anything to help the team be more a team. It seems like he's kind of segregating himself from his teammates, and that's not how you're going to win a game. It's definitely not how you're going to progress in the Eastern Conference. And, again, it was a tough competition tonight. The Blazers, they're 4th in the West. They were on a 4-game win streak, now 5. And, the road to the end, to the postseason, is not going to get any easier. Like I said, they have 2 more games this week. They're playing the Wizards on Friday, which, okay, is a pretty bad team, especially with John Wall going down with an injury. The wheels fell off. Complete opposite of the Pacers. The Pacers had their best player go down, Oladipo, and they've been thriving still because they have a good core and they play together well and they're maintaining at that 3 spot. So that's pretty impressive. You see the complete opposites, how when you lose a main guy or a superstar on your team, how one team completely falls off the rails and how another team can just build and, rise above it, aka what the Celtics did last season when they lost Hayward and Irving. But I guess no one wants to talk about that. Everything just needs to be negative, but whatever. Playing the Wizards on Friday, and then they're playing the Houston Rockets with James Harden, who is on a tear as usual, trying to get that MVP. He is crushing it. He had a 32-game streak of 30 or more points, getting triple doubles left and right. He's just insane. But if you remember anything from the matchup against the Houston Rockets, the last time they were in the TD Garden, Marcus Smart got a little bit under his skin. A little in the sense of 2 offensive foul calls back to back. Harden was mad. So we'll see if Marcus Smart can bring that energy, bring that back out of him. You know how it is when it's a tough competition. They love to rise to the occasion. And then here's where I'm worried. After that game, they go to the West and they go on a 4-game road trip to the West, starting with the Warriors. And I'm worried because their road record is trash this year. It's weird. They're usually not this bad on the road. So, I don't know. They ended this season last year with a road record of 25-13. And right now they're at 14-16. So, that's tough to swallow. But I guess we can say that their home record has improved. And I guess that they're putting on good performances at home for the fans. That's great. But if we can just balance it out, consistency, that's the key word. They need to just stay on that level. Stop falling short in the 3rd quarter. Like, what is with you guys and taking breaks? If you don't want to take a break, cool. Just, go run up and down the court for 12 minutes during the timeout. During the halftime break. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. So, come on, guys. Pick it up. We're in March almost. You can't be trying to still figure out what your roles are and how to play together. Like, you know each other by now. Come on. That can't be an excuse. Let's go. Get on the right track. And I don't like the idea of, it's just the playoffs, only the playoffs matter, because that's not true. Every game matters. You got to play tough. You got to play hard. But I do agree that their playoff mentality is a lot different. And when you have to play someone in a 7-game series, it's a different ball game. It's a different mindset. It's a different level of play. But you still should be bringing that intensity at some level to each game that you're playing. So 0 for 2. They got 2 more games. Hopefully they can even it out and be... I'll take 500 at this point. I honestly don't think my heart can take any more losses this week. So again, they have 2 more games at home, then they go to the West, praying for them. We'll see how they do. I will check back in with you at some point. Not quite sure when, but you'll be hearing from me. This has been Boston Banner Bound IG edition. Also keep up with me for my Dirty Water Media stuff that I do every month with Crosby and Green Runs Deep. I'm sure you guys all know who those 2 are by now. And yeah, I will definitely see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.